Abdurrahman, the journalist, writer, and political analyst. Good afternoon, sir.
Well, good afternoon to you, and hello to the dear viewers.
Thank you so much, sir. Well, Mr. Abdurrahman, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry paid a visit to Syria and Turkey today, extending a message of solidarity from Egypt and President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to support Turkey and Syria in the aftermath of the devastating earthquake. What is the echo of this visit on the regional and international arenas?
I believe that this very important and significant two visits paid by Mr. Sameh Shoukry, Minister of Foreign Affairs, to both Syria and Turkey is a coronation of the important situation that Egypt has taken right afterwards the damaging earthquake in both countries towards the two nations, the Arabic Syrian nation and the Turkish nation. We believe that this visit, Mr. Sameh Shoukry has declared it quite clear. It's a friendly visit, just to speak about our own cooperation towards that tragedy and expressing the feelings towards the good feelings towards the both nations from the Egyptian nation and its president Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, which has ordered a hotline of supplies to both countries to help the two nations and the consequences of the catastrophe. And I believe that Egypt has proven it's the main important leading power in the Middle East. The Egyptian supplies and the Egyptian aids reached points where no other power or other country can reach.
Yes.
Throughout our strong influence in Syria, especially in Syria, which is surrounded by too many threats.
Yes. So, Mr. Abdurrahman, also the foreign minister was also taking to Turkey today the sixth cargo of the Egyptian aid that is offered to Turkey by Egypt. Also, Egypt have sent military planes to Syria, and also a large ship having or filled with aids and support and medicine and commodities to the Syrian people. And also I mean, Egypt have sent to Syria by plane and by the ship and by the military cars that went through the borders, supplies and support for Syria. And also today, as the sixth cargo aid was sent to Turkey. How do you see this, please?
I believe that through this hard times that both Syrian and Turkish countries and nations have lived, here comes the Egyptian role expressing how truly, how clear such a humanitarian aid can be given to those two countries. As I told you, I believe that it's very important that the Egyptian aids reached some spots in Syria that is surrounded by dangerous territories, facing the consequences with brave hearts, with brave decision to be taken. Also, to Turkey, there is a line of supplies has started from the new port at Arish port in northern Sinai, which is not only a very important and significant turning point in the relations with the nation of Turkey. The Turkish nation is a friendly and a very humanitarian role that Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has taken and adopted. I believe also that is a very important thing here, that the military ship, the military aids, the military ship that carried the humanitarian aids to the Turkish nation launched from Arish port. The new Arish port is a very significant project that represents the power of the new state, the new republic, and also a symbol of our victorious war against terrorism that we have eliminated totally from Sinai. And that's how we believe that this is a representation of how the role in Egypt is growing, whether as a responsibility to the Arabic nation or to the whole arena, the whole international arena around us. We believe that the Egyptian role is proven itself as the leading role and the friendly and the bigger brother to both Syria and other countries.
Yes, yes. So also the Egyptian Red Crescent also launched a donation campaign for serious earthquake victims. So how do you assess this solidarity from the Egyptian Red Crescent?
Well, I believe that it's time for the Egyptian and the Syrian nations can go along together and get close to each other again. I believe that those aids have opened the gate widely to regaining the natural diplomatic and political relations with our brothers in Syria. And of course, we can never forget that Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was the first Arabic leader that announced his admission of Mr. Bashar al-Assad as a legitimate president of Syria. This is not a present. No, it's a situation comes from the responsibility of Egypt as a leader of this nation, as a leader of the Arabic nations, especially in Syria, which we call always Syria. Syria is called the army. The Syrian army is called the first Arabic army. Our armies in Egypt are the second and the third. We believe that the unity between the two nations are very important and significant. And of course, the Egyptian role right now at this very significant moment opens the door and the gates all wide for Syria to come back to take its seat back in the Arabic League.
Yes, also the kind of support and the kind of the commodities and the supplies that the Egypt have sent to Syria and Turkey. I want your opinion about this. It's not only food or commodities or goods, it's also medical aid, and also Egypt have sent tents for people to have shelter, and also clothes for elder people and for children. So how do you see this also?
Different lines of supplies, different lines, and very clever picked up
things that they could benefit from. Yes.
Well, of course, the too many sectors of the Syrian nation will benefit from those aids. So many levels, so many files. Syria is in need for each and every Arabic aid. The Syrian nation has suffered a lot since what's happened of chaos, of chaotic events since a decade by now.
Yes.
I believe that the Egyptian aids to Syria represents how we are truly brothers, and we have this historical relations that we should continue getting on with against and strengthen our ties against any influence from outside, whether from Iran, whether from Turkey, whether from the Zionist existence, whether from any other power away from the Arabic East.
Yes, of course, there are historical relations between Egypt and especially Syria. And one day, Egypt and Syria had a unity between them during the 60s, of
Exactly.
course. Yes,
I'm
so
glad that you have mentioned this.
yes, yes. Also, the trucks that went to Syria was written, had banners over which was written from the Egyptian people to the Syrian people.
Yes.
So, you know, everything about the aid and the Egypt, how do you see that Egypt was able to express what really the Egyptian people feels towards the Syrian people?
I am sure that from the reactions by the Syrian citizens, they have never felt happy and welcoming as they felt towards the Egyptian aids, because they know they are those aids are coming from their brothers from Egypt.
Yes.
I believe that the Syrian people are living here as citizens, not as refugees.
Yes, of course.
Just like any other country, they
Yes.
have suffering even all around us.
Yes, yes.
Egypt is the opening arm for the whole Arabic nation as the bigger brother to the Arabic nation.
Yes, it's true that the Syrians are living here in Egypt as any Egyptians, of course, and
Sure.
it was clear when President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said that when 1 million health 100 million health initiative. Also, the Syrians joined as any other Egyptian here in Egypt. I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Mr. Amr Abdurrahman, journalist, writer, and political analyst. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break, and I'm going to be back with you.
Egypt opens up to the world. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi meets with world leaders